So, picture this. A few years ago, I was working as a team lead in a bustling call center for a bank. Our office was secure, locked down like a fortress, but we had this bizarre policy. Any personal information, be it ours or our customers, had to be locked away whenever we stepped away from our desks. We were talking about passwords, social security numbers, the works. But here's the kicker. A dedicated compliance group would swoop in for random desk checks, and if they found even a minor violation, the individual would get written up. This write up didn't just vanish, it climbed the chain of leadership. Now, as team leads, we were responsible for these desk checks. And let me tell you, it was frustrating. One day, while chatting with my fellow leads, one of them, who happened to be a friend and a closer, suggested something that made my head spin. He proposed that absolutely no personal items should be allowed at our desks, not even pictures or little trinkets, except for a tiny shelf everyone had in their cubicles. I remember looking at him, incredulous. I mean, seriously? That was the dumbest thing I'd ever heard. I shot back. That's an overcorrection, and no one is going to follow that policy. It's just making our jobs harder. Well, fast forward to the next day. I got hit with a write up from my boss, who wasn't even in the office when all this went down. Apparently, her boss had been part of that ridiculous discussion and wanted me disciplined. I was furious. I noticed that nearly no one outside of my team was complying with this absurd policy. It felt like I was the only one standing up against the tide of stupidity. When Saturday rolled around, it was my turn to conduct desk checks. I took a deep breath, rolled up my sleeves, and dove into the chaos. I meticulously documented every single violation I found. And let me tell you, there were dozens. I kept my emotions in check, sticking to the facts and nothing but the facts. Come Monday, I walked into the office, bracing myself for the fallout. What did I find? A formal warning waiting for me, courtesy of my manager. She looked baffled. She couldn't understand why everyone seemed to despise her, why no one was sad when she left, or why there was no empathy when she was laid off a little while later. In a way, I felt a strange sense of vindication. I had stood up for what I believed was right, even if it cost me. It was absurd to enforce a policy that was clearly ignored by everyone else. But it made me think, how often do we let ridiculous policies dictate our actions? How often do we comply just to avoid conflict, even when we know they're foolish? So here I am sharing this story with you. It's a reminder that sometimes standing your ground, even when it feels like you're fighting an uphill battle, is worth it. Policies should serve us, not the other way around.